Casey was born in a small town in Stanford, Kentucky. He got his start in the film industry with a supporting role in Dance with a Vampire. Since then, he has been in a plethora of indie films. In 2014, Casey won the Fright Award for Best Feature Screenplay, and his latest short story is soon to be published. He currently resides in Lexington with his wife and 2 sons, while he continues to pursue his acting and writing career. Thank you for joining us for another segment of Actors Spotlight today. My name is Kristen, I'm your host, and this is Casey Miracle. Thank you for joining us.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
I'll just jump right in. How long have you been acting, and what got you involved?
I've been acting for about 15 years, and what actually got me involved was my neighbor. 15 years ago or so, he lived across the street from me, but he was a radio DJ, and he heard about an open casting call for independent film. And he wanted to go, but he didn't want to go by himself, so I went, and it was George Benia's Dance with a Vampire, and I ended up with a part, and he didn't get one.
That's not fair.
So that's how it worked out.
Well, how many films have you actually performed in?
I would say between 15 and 20. I guess if you're counting short films and all that together, then probably closer to 20.
And what was your favorite role?
Favorite role would probably be Dwight from Mountain Mafia, only because I wrote it. And so I got to be a pretty badass character in that one.
And what has been your most challenging role so far?
Probably the same one. Just because, that was one that me and Cherokee did with Justice League Films, so we were producing and writing and then trying to act and run the camera.
So
pretty much what you guys are doing right now. Yeah. And then me trying to remember lines while setting up lights was a little difficult.
So like a one-man show kind of thing? Yeah, that's always challenging.
Yep.
What would you consider your biggest achievement as an actor?
Biggest achievement as an actor? Probably getting on a couple TV shows. I mean, because I haven't won any awards or anything, but this past summer I was on Resurrection and Red Band Society.
Oh, wow.
It was a lot of fun.
Is Red Band Society one of the new shows I think I've seen
on Fox?
That's actually really good.
Yeah, it took
really
off.
Good.
I was surprised, yeah.
What performance are you most proud of?
Probably... There's a couple to choose from. Probably Mountain Mafia. Just because I actually had to do a lot of different emotions on that. It just wasn't a straight horror film or anything. It was some action, some drama, some comedy, so it was a lot of different levels and ranges.
So kind of more of like a dynamic character then?
Yeah.
Well, if that's your favorite role, what roles would you want to burn all the copies of?
If I could burn all the copies of one movie, that would be the first one that we did. It was called Into the Woods. Hopefully no one's seen that. It was a great learning experience. I would like to keep it that way.
And whenever you act, do you draw from your own experiences, or do you have any ever outside?
I guess it really depends on the scene and the situation. But for the most part, I just try to put myself into that character situation and see how they would react. I've never been in a gunfight, so it's not like I could draw on that. Yeah, it's a good thing. But dealing with that kind of character, and I guess for Mountain Mafia it was easier, like I said, because me and Cherokee wrote it, so we developed those characters from the ground up. In horror movies, Monstrosity, Dance with a Vampire, it was pretty easy to be scared, just because it's like, okay, now I'm scared. All right, scream and run. That was about all. So, yeah, drawing on that character situation.
Well, being an actor, do you ever find yourself acting in real life?
All the time. Mostly, I do a lot of acting with my 5-year-old, because, you have to defeat the imaginary dragon or whatever. He's making up stuff all the time. So, and he's really good at giving me direction. My 5-year-old. He tells me how to move, what to say, when to say it. So I think he's...
I know everything.
Yeah, he's heading down the director line, so he keeps me on my toes as an actor.
That's always good, though.
Yeah.
Whenever you're angry, what do you have to go through your head to actually get you in that state of mind?
To be angry, that emotion's a lot easier to pull from life experiences. Because you just think of something that made you mad, whether you spilled that coffee that morning, or the camera didn't work, you forgot that you turned the mic off, whatever, while you're trying to produce something, and it's pretty easy to bring that emotion up. And of course, there's a lot of deeper things that you can get into depending on how serious it has to be.
It's always good to draw from your own experiences too,
Yeah.
like you were saying.
Yeah.
But if you could be like the star in a movie, like one of your favorite movies, what would be the film you would remake?
Oh man, film remake. It would be a lot of fun to be Rocky.
You probably have to get a little bit shorter. Who's your favorite actor or actress?
I'd have to say probably this guy actually, Stephen Amell. He plays Arrow on CW's Arrow, and that whole show. Well, CW is really doing great right now. And the Arrow, Flash, Supernaturals. Yeah, those guys suck.
Hey.
Wait, hey, there's a pun. No, really, every show on there is great, and but he's, Stephen Amell. He does a lot of stuff on Facebook, like the Sincerely campaign against cancer, and now he's doing something for pets, protecting animals, and he posts just a lot of videos of himself talking about that. So he seems like a really great guy, super nice, and really down to earth, and it'd be fun to try and fight the Arrow. I mean, who are you kidding?
That's true. Well, since he does like a lot of outside work, is this something you're currently working on outside?
Well, here recently I've been doing a lot of writing. Just the end of last year, I won the 2014 feature-length script award, the Friday Award from Mr. Friday. He has a website.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And I'm going to have a short story published later this year from crackedeye.com. They have a website and a webzine and then a magazine and then like a collective book of works. So I've got one that they've already accepted and another one I'm waiting to hear back.
Oh wow, must be a really good writer then.
So we'll see. I'm getting there. Hopefully somebody will notice. And then substitute teaching on the side. So got to keep your options
open. That's a
open.
good
Yeah.
twist. Is there any directors that have really influenced you?
Well, yeah. Locally, I would say first off would be George Bonilla. He's just, was the original independent film director in Kentucky. And then I've worked with a lot of different directors. Jerry Williams, Cherokee Hall, who actually is my partner in Justice League films. Everybody has their own style. Jerry Williams definitely has his own style. Everybody is really great to work with. There's a couple that I haven't had a chance to work with that are local, like Jacob Ennis and Chase Dudley. He's out of Louisville, and they're doing some really good stuff, and I would like to be involved with them. And of course, if you're talking about the main people, then yeah, everybody wants to work with Spielberg and those guys.
Yeah,
Kevin Smith would be really cool.
Well, it's definitely getting like that, like extensive experience.
Yeah.
Like you're working with everywhere, not just working like one genre.
Right. Yeah.
Which leads me to my question: do you prefer lead roles or like side character roles? Excuse me.
I really like both. I like supporting roles are fun. I would say supporting roles are a lot funner just because the time that you have to prepare for or spend on them, or you're actually on set is smaller. You don't have to dedicate as much time to the role. So then you can be a little more creative with it because you're only on screen for a short period of time. So then you can act as crazy or as serious as you want, depending on what the role calls for. But lead roles are always really good to get into because then you can really, create that character and try to bring him to life.
Do you have any goals as an actor that you want to achieve?
Well, probably the same goals as everyone else. Well, actually, the basic goal that I think all of us have is to get paid to actually do it.
That's always a good goal.
Yeah, make it a job, not just a hobby.
Yeah, that's pretty much everyone's goal here. You want to do something you love and then, not have that side job on the side.
Right.
Very often compared to other actors?
Not that I know of, unless it's all behind my back, which I'm pretty sure, everybody's talked about who's not in a bad way, but just, when you're talking about who's going to get a role if you're auditioning for something. But I can't think of anybody that I've really been compared to. I know at one time when things really started rolling here back in the late, or probably mid 2000s. Me and Stacey Gillespie were going up for a lot of the same roles.
I can see that, actually.
Yeah. So, and then he got uglier and I got better looking. Just kidding, Stacey.
Have you done any theater acting?
I did theater once, and that was when I was a senior in high school, and it was just a walk-on part of whatever play we were doing. It was like a background role, and it was fun because it got me out of class, but nothing major.
So nothing like really inspirational or anything?
No.
So I'm assuming you prefer film?
Yes.
So, okay.
Yes.
That
I like to be able to go back and fix it.
Yeah, editing is amazing.
Yes, absolutely.
You mentioned that you like writing and that you're a substitute teacher, but is there something outside of acting that you like to do for fun?
For fun, it's probably, writing, going to the movies, watching movies, reading, playing with the boys, and that's about it. Going to the lake.
Going to the lake?
Yeah, being warm in the sun, swimming.
Opposite of what's going on right now outside.
Yes.
And is there any advice that you would give to any aspiring actors?
Probably the best advice I could give would be to, really know your lines. If you're doing something, always come prepared. Be early when you get there, and just be professional. Be nice. The people that I've met, no matter how big they are. Actually, it seems like the bigger and more known a person is, then the nicer and more humble they are. They just, I don't know if they've had so much attention that they really try to avoid it or what, but it really helps them get places, I do believe. So yeah, always be nice. I try to remember names, but I'm bad with names. I remember people's faces. So I'll know that I know somebody, but I'll let them tell me how.
Thank you for joining us on today's segment of Actors Spotlight. If you would like to see more, please subscribe to the channel Rotting Corpse Productions on YouTube. Next week we'll be joined with John Wells, and thank you. We'll see you then.